Fans of Alchemy of Souls are very happy, because the production of the series has presented several things that help us to have an idea of what can happen in the second season. We know that December 10th is the big day where the continuation of this great story will be released. Netflix recently presented the second preview through the YouTube platform and shared very important information, but that at the same time can be very confusing. The video description reads, UK becomes a hunter of the soul swapped, when a young woman, a prisoner in her own home, seeks his help to reclaim her freedom. Now, what does this mean in relation to Buyon? That's why today I'm going to talk about. Buyon has trapped Naksu's soul? But first remember to subscribe to this channel and activate the notification bell to be among the first to see our content. We already know that according to the previews and posters of the second season, Jang Wook has become a very resentful person for everything that happened to Mudok. Let's remember that the story will start 3 years from the end of the first season, so it's been quite some time for Jang Wook to be filled with resentment and frustration because he couldn't save the love of his life. But we still don't quite know what will happen to Naksu as her countenance looks very changed. And many believe that the soul residing in the body is Buyon's soul. We know that when Mudok jumped into the lake she passed away because actress Young So-min will not be in the new season, so we assume that officially Mudok's body is useless. That's the reason why Naksu's body appeared as the main actress in the second season. We still don't know how Naksu's body is alive, if we saw how it was burned in the first season. However, there are many theories about it indicating that it may be that Yeol kept her ashes and Ho-young used the ice stone powers to restore the body. Recall that in one chapter the eunuch had turned feral and tried to take Mudok's energy, however, she managed to absorb his energy and he was petrified. But although his body had died, the queen had used the ice stone and was able to resurrect him. So it would be expected that Ho-young used the ice stone to renew Naksu's body so that Buyon's soul could have a new body. That's the only thing that would explain why Naksu is at Ho-young's house and she is apparently helping her, since Ho-young has no relationship with Naksu and there was no purpose to help her. Now, what has confused many is that the information of the second trailer that was presented on YouTube channel presented that a young woman is a prisoner of her own house and she is looking for help so that she can be free. This can mean many things. We can think that it can mean that simply Naksu is trapped in Ho-young's house and because Ho-young believes that in her body dwells Buyon's soul, she doesn't want to let her out because she thinks that Naksu is really her daughter. And because of this Jang Wook finds her and asks for her help so that she can leave that house. However, we know that this series since it started has a lot of metaphorical and a bit complicated concepts when it comes to the description of souls. Many think that the video description means that the production is confirming that the soul in Naksu's body is Buyon. There is a theory that Buyon when changing bodies does not feel energetic enough and wants to move to another body. But this theory would not make much sense because the body she is in is not her own house, but if anything it is Naksu's house, because it is her original body. So the theory that the one who feels this way is Naksu is more likely, because even though she is in her original body she feels trapped and needs to be released. But the question would be, why does she feel trapped? Could it be that she feels this way because she lost her memory and feels that this body is foreign to her because she doesn't remember anything? Or does she feel trapped because she remembered who she was, but Buyon's soul is taking over her body? In other words, it's as if the roles are switched. For example, we know that in the first season Naksu's soul was in Buyon's body, but the soul that dominated was Naksu's. So it may be that in this second season it is the other way around, that the soul that dominates is Buyon's soul but in Naksu's body. Many people believe this theory because they have seen that Naksu's face is totally different and looks like a different person, since she does not have the energy she had in the first season. Some indicate that Naksu's face looks a lot like Buyon's energy, and that is why some fans believe that Buyon is really the one in Naksu's body. This theory is believed by many because they have seen that Naksu's countenance is totally different and she looks like a different person, since she does not have the energy that she had in the first season. Some indicate that Naksu's countenance looks a lot like Buyon's energy, and that's why some fans believe that Buyon is actually the one in Naksu's body. This is a bit confusing. First, because we know that Naksu lost her memory. But we don't know if she lost it completely or if she can remember some things. We also don't really know who it is that inhabits Naksu's body, whether it is just her or she is also together with Buyon's soul. When we talk about memory, it is more complicated because we would have to know if she lost Buyon's memory or Naksu's memory or both at the same time. Another thing that is very strange is that in the recent poster where Naksu and Jang Wook appear, you can see that she has a bracelet with a kind of stone and Jang Wook is giving her a kiss. This is very strange because we can compare that bracelet with the one that Jang Wook used to control his hand when he didn't know how to handle his powers. So we can think that this bracelet can also be to control one of the two souls, or simply so that Naksu's body does not get petrified. What is also confusing is Naksu's look, as it can be seen as scary and sad. Something we don't understand, because if she really recognizes Jang Wook, she must be happy because she is with the love of her life again. For that reason, many think that look may be Buyon's look, or it may be the look of Naksu's soul but dominated by Buyon. Maybe in this season we will be able to know what Buyon's true intention is and if she is really a good person, because the reality is that we don't know for sure. There was a scene where Choyeon said that her sister Buyon is a priestess and she had many powers and she could control people's souls and make them helpless by trapping them. So we know that by this power Buyon managed to trap Naksu's soul and put it in her own body. That is why when Naksu chose another woman's body, she suddenly realized that she was in the body of a blind woman, since in other words Buyon was able to trap her soul. Now the question would be, what is she doing, or what is Buyon's role for the second season? Because it may be that she has trapped Naksu's soul and thus she is the one who runs Naksu's body. And for that reason Naksu feels trapped in her own house, which symbolizes her body. The important thing is that Buyon, being a very powerful priestess, might have a great story in the second season. What do you think about these theories? Do you think Buyon has Naksu trapped? Leave your comment here so we can read it. If you liked this video, like and share it with your friends.